Hey, it's morning here, so good morning. But if you're watching this in the afternoon or evening, good afternoon or evening to you. We're going to do a 1 hour flow power class. And you always, as always with my classes, adjust accordingly. So if you have higher energy, you can add push-ups, handstands, high plank holds. And if you have less energy, you can skip flows, take child's pose, and always take variations that serve your body during this practice. Okay, so come to a tall seat or come into child's pose, somewhere to start to settle. Somewhere where you can start feeling into your breath and using your breath as this tool to ground, to start checking in and paying attention to what's happening inside. I'm going to read you a poem. I'll actually have to get back to you in terms of who wrote it. I don't have that in front of me at the moment, but it's beautiful, and I think it speaks to me, but I also think it's very relevant to the practice of yoga. I arise today in the name of silence, womb of the word, in the name of stillness, home of belonging, in the name of solitude, of the soul and the earth. I arise today, blessed by all things, wings of breath, delight of eyes, wonder of whisper, intimacy of touch, eternity of soul, urgency of thought, miracle of health, embrace of God. May I live this day compassionate of heart, gentle in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, generous in love. So my hope for you in your practice today is to get a little bit stiller than perhaps you were before this moment. Find some silence, find some solitude, find some grounding. At any time that you're ready, you can start making your way into downward facing dog, and you've got a few breaths. So if you prefer to start in some cat and cow or a headstand or hold a longer child's pose, etc., you've got a few breaths here. And now is the time when you could start your playlist. Eventually, as you make your way to downward facing dog, begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath if you haven't yet. From downward facing dog, shift forward to high plank, hold it here. I'm going to lower onto my forearms because I've got a bit of a sore thumb. You can also, if you ever have wrist or hand issues, you can try fingertips. Breathe here. Work to maintain the same kind of ujjayi here that you would as if you were in child's pose, working over time to have a steady ujjayi through all your postures in your yoga class. Take an inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, and lower all the way to your mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale into cobra. So you can keep your hands planted under your shoulders. You can stay low, you can take finger stand cobra. Take it in, inhale. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, either through high plank or child's pose. Make your way back to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale forward to high plank. Lift your right toes to hover. I like to hear, like I'll do some little ankle circles, just to work some movement into my ankle joint. And then switch sides, right toes down, left toes up. Release your left toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward high plank. Hover your right toes. Come to your left fingertips and play with hovering your left hand. Maybe you grab your right shoulder. Maybe you reach your left arm out. Switch sides, left hand and right foot down. Lift your left toes. Come to your right fingertips and then play with lifting your right hand up. Release. Right hand, left toes down, downward facing dog. From down dog, make your way to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Feet can be hip distance or wider. Bring as much of a bend into your knees as you need to, so that you can really let your upper body hang over your lower body. You can clasp hands and look back or hold on to your elbows. Use your breath, use gravity to increase the space and stretch between your vertebrae and your muscles. Release your hands. Bring your feet back to hip distance if they're farther apart. Come to your fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of your chest. And find Tadasana, mountain pose. Bend your knees, drop your hips, find chair pose. And notice if your arms don't feel good, keeping them beside your ears. Some folks like to cactus their arms. Some like to clasp hands at low back and work a bit of shoulder opening here. Inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg to the back of your mat for low lunge. You got a few breaths here. Inhale your arms to the sky. And then you can explore. You can keep your arms straight up, or you can kind of move around to see what needs to be stretched. Take an inhale in your low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back and up into three-legged dog. Stack your hips. You can bend your knee if it feels good. I like to move my left leg around in space until I find the stretch that's deepest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left upper arm. You're welcome to bend your elbows and arm balance. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your right upper arm. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Bring your back knee down. One breath, low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release. Step to the top of your mat, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe a lip cutter or sigh. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Chair pose, bend your knees, drop your hips. I like to take a lot of opportunity because I don't know if it's from handstands or what, but my neck can get tight. So I like to roll my head and neck around wherever I can. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left leg to the back of your mat. Bring your knee down for low lunge. And so this can, if you've got lots of energy today, it can be a high lunge. It can be a high lunge with pulsing your left knee towards the earth to work more into your quads. Take an inhale. Exhale, release, plant your hands, step your right foot back and up into three-legged dog. Stack your hips, maybe bend your knee, maybe keep it straight, your call. And I didn't mention it before, lots of you know I have kids, so you may hear some sounds happening from upstairs. Inhale. Exhale, knee to right upper arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to left upper arm. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. Back knee down, one breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release. Step to the top of your mat, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Right hand clasps left wrist for a side bend. Arms reach right, hips reach left. If you prefer to bring your right hand to your hip, that gets you a bit deeper into the stretch. But it changes it. It changes the stretch. So one is not better or worse than the other. They are different. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your elbows and knees. Switch the grip of your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend, other side. Inhale, rise up. Bring your feet to touch. Sit into chair pose with hands in prayer in front of your chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow to outer right thigh. And for those of you who know me well, you know where to go. For those of you who don't know me as well, you can take any kind of spinal twist that works for you here. The point is to open your spine into a twist. Full cycle of breath. Inhale. Stay, exhale. Inhale, chair center. Exhale, twist the other side. Full cycle of breath, inhale. Stay, exhale. On your inhale, come to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. On your inhale, you can take cobra or upward facing dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. Set your base for warrior one. Your back heel comes down to a 45-degree angle. Your hips are mostly facing forward. And then you rise up. Ground through the outer blade of your left foot while you continue to bend into your right knee. Release your hands to clasp at your low back. You can work with knuckles into low back and open your shoulders that way. You can also straighten your arms, pressing the heel of your palms together, and then reaching your knuckles for the earth behind you as you continue bending into your right knee. Inhale here. Exhale, bow your chest towards your right thigh. Your right shoulder can land on your right thigh or lower inside of it. Continuing to pull your right hip back as your head releases towards the earth. If it doesn't feel good to hold your hands clasped, you can release your fingertips and reach them out in front of you. For Shavasana side plank, plant your left hand. It could be on your forearm, which I'm going to take on this side. You roll to the outside edge of your left foot, walk your right foot back in front of your hips. Right arm comes up. Maybe you stack your feet. Any Shavasana variation here is awesome. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. High plank could be a Tadasana or child's pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. I like to shake my head out. You can also pedal your feet and walk your dog when you get back here, or take a nice lion's breath. I don't know if lion's breath is, if I'd associate that with nice, but something cathartic and healing, a good breath. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Set your base for warrior one. Your right toes face around the top right corner of your mat, but you play with that distance, and then your feet are hip distance. Rise up. And then you can refine from here. If this posture doesn't feel good, you play. Like if your feet are more in a tightrope, it can be harder to access this pose. And you play with also like how square your hips are to the front of the mat. Take a few breaths with your arms upright. And then release your hands to clasp at your low back, opposite weave of your fingers. And then either bent elbows or straight arms. Inhale here. Exhale, bow your chest towards your left thigh. Maybe your shoulder lands on your left thigh, or maybe it comes inside. Continue pulling your left hip back, working your hips towards square. Maybe you keep your hands clasped. Maybe you release them to reach in front of you on fingertips. For Shavasana, plant your right hand or your forearm. Lift up your back heel, roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Maybe your left foot stays in front of your hips. Maybe you stack your feet. Steady breath here. Take an inhale. Exhale your choice of how to release. It could be to high plank and vinyasa. It could be anywhere else that your body is asking you to go. We'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. From down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. A second warrior one. Set your base. Inhale to rise. Bring your palms to touch above your head. And you can look up to your hands. Now take that prayer above your head, release it behind you. So your thumbs kind of come to the base of your neck. Press your elbows together as much as you can, and then press your head into your arms where they meet. This is an active shoulder stretch and back bend. To come into warrior three with hands in prayer in front of your chest. Bring your thumbs and hands to, well, your thumbs are going to come to your sternum. Hands in prayer. Lift up your back heel. And then lift up your back leg. Notice if in your warrior three, if you're arching your back a bit and your belly is kind of letting gravity help it out, pull your ribs up and in. Continuing to flex your left toes, left foot, as though there was a wall behind you, like you could press the sole of your foot into the wall. Rise to stand, bring your left knee with you. You can keep your left knee bent. You can extend your left leg towards straight, pressing down through your right foot, reaching up through the top of your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, left foot plants to your mat, hands to your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. You can stay here for a number of breaths. If you'd like to move, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. If you would like crow pose, on your exhale, bring your feet to touch. Plant your hands shoulder distance. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees. So your forearms are parallel, like the number 11. And then your shins, not your forearms, your arms, your triceps, your whole arm. Your shins are going to come out to a 45-degree angle, so they cross over your triceps. And then you start to tip forward to maybe lift your toes. And if you have questions about this, if you're trying to get into it and you haven't figured it out yet, I love this. It's my jam, so send me a message. This is how I first started to laugh when I found yoga. It's the arm balances. If you would like to hop back to Chaturanga from there, go for it. You can also step down. You can take a vinyasa or skip it. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Warrior one. Set your base. Inhale to rise. Bring your hands to touch above your head and gaze towards your hands. If this does not feel good in your neck, you do not need to do it. Release that prayer behind your back so your thumbs touch the base of your neck. Press your elbows together, head into arms, and then you find some shoulder opening, chest opening, back bends here. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Lift up your back heel and press into warrior three. Also continue lifting shoulder blades onto your back. Notice if your ribs are kind of splaying or hanging out, tuck them in. Your right quads are super engaged. Your left knee can have a bit of a bend in it. Sparkle through your toes, reach through the top of your head. Rise to stand, bringing your right knee with you. Maybe your right leg stays bent, maybe you straighten it. Shoulder blades pull onto back and reach up and down. Root through your left foot and through the top of your head. Take an inhale. Exhale, right foot plants, hands to your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, you can do a second set of crow pose. You can play with handstands. You can take Malasana squat. So there's two variations of Malasana, toes out, heels in. Like your toes are touching the edges of your mat-ish. Elbows to inner thighs. My personal favorite is your feet are touching. You work into a squat. Your heels can lift to begin. But if over time, you want to press them to the earth if you can. Your knees come wide and your chest bows down. I feel a lot of this in my lower back. Some people might feel it in their hips. You can also reach behind you and cup your heels with your hands and pull your head towards your feet. This is a really great opening for me before getting into crow pose. It makes crow pose more accessible for me. So alternatively, you can reverse what I taught, do Malasana and then crow. Or you can do both. You can do a bit of Malasana and then crow both sides. All right, so maybe crow pose, maybe vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog to check in with how your body is doing, if it needs anything, some love in some certain places. I need to move around a bit to see where my body needs love. So take care of you. From down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down parallel to the short edge of your mat and walk your hands towards the top left corner of your mat. So your low body is in warrior two and your upper body is like in down dog. Your hands are shoulder distance. You can be on fingertips or on palms, and then you bow your chest towards the earth. If you're not feeling enough here, you may choose to bring your right hand behind your ankle, maybe pressing your right shoulder or your head behind your right leg. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Rise up for warrior two. And if you have lots of energy, you get to choose the degree of intensity here. So if you have lots of energy, you're going to sink your right thigh parallel to the earth. If you have not so much, maybe your right thigh is a little bit more at an angle. Notice where you're holding tension, especially around your temples and your jaw and shoulders. You can send some breath into those places where you don't need all that tension, and on your exhale, you sigh it out. For exalted warrior two, left arm to left thigh, right arm up to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Step back, high plank. So we're going to do 5 push-ups. You can skip them if you'd like or do something else. You can bring your knees down, or you can keep your knees lifted. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. This time, lower chaturanga. And on your inhale, take cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need to let out a sigh or a lip putter or a lion's breath, do that. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Walk your hands towards the top right corner of your mat. So in this, you continue spiraling your left hip underneath you. And you can play with where your arms are. Like if you walk them a little more over to your right or to your left, you're going to change the stretch. And if you'd like to bring your left hand behind your ankle, if that's going to get you your best stretch, you take that variation. You can also, if you have your left hand behind your ankle, bring your right hand over top of your left ankle to help you press your head behind your left leg. For warrior two, come out of your depth and then rise up. Spiral your left hip underneath you. Press your knee over your second toe and breathe. This is not comfortable. So here we practice breathing
and staying in discomfort. For Exalted Warrior 2, right arm to right leg, left arm reaches up and back. All arm variations are welcome. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Step back, high plank. 5 more push-ups. Take it or leave it. Knees up or down. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. This time, chaturanga, and then into your back bend. Cobra or up dog, inhale. And if you'd like to stay longer, by all means. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Second set of Warrior 2. Back heel down. Inhale to rise. Inhale your right leg straight. Keeping a slight bend in your right knee for triangle pose, not locking it out. Press your hips back. Reach your right arm forward. And then as you're ready, you can lower your right hand towards your right shin or the earth or a block. Maybe reaching your left arm up. I like to keep my left hand at my low back. It helps me align and it helps me deepen my stretch. My new thing too that I'm doing in my practice is I'm releasing my left arm towards my right arm, my right hand. I find a pretty deep stretch here for me. So I'm giving up a bit of that length in my right side to stretch out my left. Rise up, bring a slight bend into your right knee as you rise up. And then back into Warrior 2 and into extended side angle. Reach your right arm forward. Option 1, forearm to thigh, left arm beside your ear. And then from there, your choice of variations to explore. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands inside your right leg. Lift up your back heel. Walk your feet out until they're hip distance and bring your back knee down. Bring your right foot out to a 45-degree angle. You can choose if you want to roll to the outside edge of your right foot, flexing your right foot, or keep the sole of your right foot down. Plant your left hand to right thigh, and then you twist your body over to the right. At this point, if you would like to bend your back knee and bring your right hand to the outer edge of your left foot, you can also come to your left forearm And as soon as I did that, I needed to walk my right foot out a bit. So a lot of this is about, not a lot, all of this is about listening to your body as you make changes so you can adjust accordingly and keep your body safe. You can stay here another 5 breaths. If you would like to take Kundanyasana, release your back toes, walk your right foot to face straight ahead, plant your hands shoulder distance, lift your back knee, right leg goes to right upper arm, and then you lift your right foot off the earth. From there, chaturanga, bend your elbows behind you. If you look at my left elbow, I have it underneath my left ribs. That supports my strength. And then you start to like kind of hover and tip forward. When you're ready to release, you can hop back, chaturanga, step back, flop onto the earth. We'll meet in down dog. And know that if you have a handstand practice, you're welcome to bring it in between every vinyasa for as long as you'd like. From down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, back heel down, warrior 2. Inhale to rise. For triangle pose, inhale your left leg towards straight, keeping a slight bend in your left knee. Start pressing your hips back, reaching your left arm forward. And then as you're ready, you can release your left hand towards your shin or not. You can keep, I often like to, as you notice what I'm doing, I have my right hand and my left thigh, rolling my hip back. And then I like reaching my left arm for the top corner of the room. I like to start there and then explore. Use your breath to ground you in this moment. Oof, slippery mat. This mat is slippery. Rise up. Keep a slight bend in your left knee so that you're not sinking into your joints. Bend your left knee for warrior 2. And then reach your left arm forward for extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm beside your ear, option 1, and then you explore from there. Notice where your mind is at. Bring it back to your breath. Release, hands inside your left leg. Lift your back heel, back knee comes down. You want your feet hip distance, then left foot out to an angle, right hand plants. Left hand to left thigh, and you can explore here. Like if I press my right hip down enough and start to open my chest up, I find a bit of a nice side bend. Yeah, so you can explore. Maybe eventually you bend your back leg, find that thigh stretch, twist, back bend, hip stretch. Maybe you come down to your forearm. This can also be a back bend. So when I have to stay up on my hand, but and it's a lot of shoulder range, but you can also bring it into a back bend. So know that within any variation, within any posture, there's like multiple variations. And because of all of our bodies are different, you may find something new, something that doesn't work for somebody else, or that doesn't stretch, or that is inaccessible to somebody else. That's fine. It doesn't mean it's wrong. So either take another few breaths there, or if you'd like your arm balance, left leg to left upper arm, back knee lifts. Bend your elbows. I have my right elbow underneath my ribs, and then you tip forward. Hold it as long as you'd like. When you're ready to release, release however works. Maybe you don't have a lot of choice. Maybe you use up all your energy and you just need to like land on the earth for a few breaths. Maybe you want to hold it for a minute or more. Your call. We'll meet in down dog. From down dog, we're gonna play a little bit. Inhale your right leg to the sky. All right, so you want your hips square. So if you look to your right foot, flex your foot, and you want your toes facing down, that means you're square. You can work flexed or pointed, doesn't matter, but you want your hips square and your right leg super straight. You're gonna bend your left knee, use your right leg as a lever. You're gonna hop and land your right leg at the top of your mat in a standing L. Yeah, and you can play, if you're like, well, that was kind of cool. If you're like, that was really hard, you can play a few. It takes practice. Like if this is a new skill, you did not learn to walk the first day you tried, yeah? You had to learn to sit first, etc. So you're in a standing L with your right leg at the top of your mat and your left leg lifted. From here, rise to stand, hands to hips, bring your left knee with you. Stack your left ankle over top of your right thigh, and then start bending into your right leg for a standing hip stretch. You can keep hands where they are, or you can explore bringing them elsewhere. Because of my hip issues, I bring my right hand to my left heel, and I press. So I'm like super engaging my right arm and my left foot to build stability for me. You're welcome to bring in Ekapada, forward fold, dragonfly, it's your call. Rise up, bring your left knee to center, bring your left leg out to the left, and then half moon pose. So flexing your left foot like a ninja, like a balancing ninja. Left leg reaches back, right hand comes down. It can float or it can come down. Half moon pose. You're also welcome to bring in Ardha Chandra Shavasana because we've already done a thigh stretch. Bending your top leg, grabbing the outside edge of your foot, and pressing as much as you can your left leg parallel to the earth behind you. Release. Exalted Warrior 2. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Step your right foot, back it up into three-legged dog. Stack your hips. If you'd like to flip your dog, you can flip your dog. You can also play with floating your right foot, which I'm going to do today. Release as you're ready, downward facing dog. If you would like a vinyasa, take a vinyasa. If you would like rest or to hold it, do that. From downward facing dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. Flex your left foot, look to your back toes, and make sure they're facing down. Then from there, flex your pointed toe, both are fine. Left leg straight, right knee bends, and you're gonna hop your left foot to the top of your mat. Find standing L. You can play with that a couple times if you'd like. I'll hang out here if you're trying it out. If you're not trying it out, hold your standing L. And then rise to stand, bringing your right knee with you, hands to hips. Right ankle over top of left thigh. Start sitting. Ooh, I got lightheaded for a sec. Start sitting into your standing pigeon hip stretch. Picking your variation that serves you right now. Maybe it's different from the other side. If you notice over time, big differences between sides, you want to work to balance them out. Slowly rise up. Bring your right knee to center, right leg out to the right, and then half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Take your time, there's no rush to land. You can pause in the middle and stay in the middle. If you'd like to bring in your thigh stretch in your half moon, go for it. Release to Exalted Warrior 2. Right foot steps all the way back. Inhale, reach your left arm up, find a nice stretch. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Three-legged dog. You can hold it, take some hip circles. Maybe flip it. We'll meet in down dog when you're ready. One last vinyasa if you'd like. If you'd like any more playtime or some push-ups or a high plank hold, by all means, go for it. And then from down dog, shift forward to high plank. And as slowly as you'd like, lower all the way onto your mat. Roll over onto your back. We're just gonna do one back bend here. So if you've got wheel or variations in your practice, by all means, plant your feet hip distance and parallel. And you can touch the back of your heels with your fingertips. Press into your feet, lift your hips up. You can roll your shoulders underneath you if you'd like. Take an inhale in your back bend. Release your hands if they're clasped. And slowly, I like to lift my heels to lower. You don't need to, not necessary, but slowly lower all the way down. Extend your left leg long on the earth. Hug your right knee into your chest. Shift your hips over to the right and bring your knee over to the left for a spinal twist. Look over your right shoulder. Continue following your breath. I notice that when I'm on my back, I can really focus on my breath in my chest and my belly, and so that can be a focal point for you. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath in your chest. There's no rush to release, but when you're ready for the other side, make your way there. Right leg long, shift your hips over to the left, bring your knee into your chest, and then your left knee comes over to the right. You reach your left arm out and look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Take happy baby, square up your hips, bend your knees into your chest, feet are flexed, facing the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet and pull your knees towards the earth. My favorite variation of this is legs straight. So you can keep it here if you like to straighten your legs out. I actually grab the inside of my feet, my heels for this one. Last stop is Shavasana. Do what you need to do, whether it's shake it out, hug yourself into a tight ball. I like to, once I land, take a full deep inhale and sigh on my exhale. Some folks like to cover their eyes. But once you lay your body down, the practice is to be still and to let go. And so you lay here. And with every exhale, you feel your body releasing into the earth a little bit more. I arise today in the name of silence, womb of the world, in the name of stillness, home of belonging, in the name of solitude, of the soul and the earth. I arise today, blessed by all things, wings of breath, delight of eyes, wonder of whisper, intimacy of touch, eternity of soul, urgency of thought, miracle of health, embrace of God. May I live this day compassionate of heart, gentle in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, generous in love. If staying here longer in Shavasana serves you, you stay.
If you're ready to start coming back, begin to deepen your breath and bring some movement into your body to wake it up. In your own time and your own way. Eventually press to seated with your eyes closed. Take a few moments here in stillness and in silence to follow your breath and to notice what's going on inside. Without judgment. And knowing that we always have this tool to take a beat, notice our breath, and notice what's going on without judgment. Everything that we feel is valid. Everything that we feel deserves to be felt. And everything that we feel is human. Bring your hands to prayer. Thank you for sharing practice. Namaste. Thanks so much. And if you have any questions, you can find me, I think on Instagram, I'm at deb.purcell. My email address is purcelldeb@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm going to just hope that you can find me if you need to, or you already have my contact information. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.